Hey, what's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video today. And as you can see by the title, we're talking about a brand new game that's going to be coming out later this year, which is Motorsport Manager 3. So, you guys will be familiar, hopefully, with Motorsport Manager as a whole, as a franchise. Of course, I play the PC version week in, week out as a series. They've had 2 mobile games so far. Actually, the first one was how I kind of got into it all, way back, like, we're talking 4 years ago. I kind of even, beta tested the first mobile game. Then I started doing a video series on it when it came out, and then we got into the PC version. The second mobile game came out. I checked that out briefly, but I still was really invested in the PC game, obviously. And you guys with the modding have been really interested in that. But now Motorsport Manager 3 is coming to iOS and Android devices later this summer this year, and is looking really tasty. They've got a lot of new features, and graphically speaking, the game is really taking a step up from the second version, and it's got to the point really with the updates they bring with the new features that I kind of almost wish this was kind of going to get ported eventually to the PC. I really hope that in the next year maybe that they build from this new game and we get a new PC game maybe next year. I know maybe some guys from PlaySport are going to be watching this video, so I beg of that, because obviously the PC game's still rocking really well, but it'd be really, really cool to see some of these features make its way over to PC eventually. I don't know, either as DLC or a new game entirely. But let's talk about this then. Motorsport Manager 3, definitely going to be checking it out when it gets released and making some videos on it, but let's talk you through all the new updates and what's going to be in this new game. So in terms of new features to the mobile platform, they're going to have the GT endurance racing that of course was introduced to the PC kind of side of things with the kind of GT cars, and you've got the kind of Le Mans style prototype cars. That's going to be added in. This one's pretty big, but a brand new track is coming to the game in the form of the Monaco Grand Prix. So they have never had the Monaco Grand Prix in the game. They don't actually have that any kind of licensed circuits in the game, but they have now the actual Monaco Grand Prix layout there that you can see on screen right now, looking hella sweet. And they've talked about stepping up the kind of rendering in terms of just the detail, the new art style they've got going on for the circuits, and you can definitely tell by comparing it back to the mobile game, the previous mobile games, and even if you compare it to the PC game even, you can tell that new art style where it's almost just looks a bit more fleshed out. I think that's a good word for it, a lot more fleshed out. You can see even just the difference of adding the kind of background, the rock face, the greenery, really just adds to the whole ambiance of the entire track and makes it a bit more grounded, I guess you could say. There's going to be new features like the supplier network, so that sees managers grow their team's presence around the globe, while invitational races are huge annual events bringing in international races with a unique twist. Mechanics are new members of your team now, and their relationship with the driver is all important, something that wasn't there in the mobile racing number 2 game and in the first one as well. So you can see a lot of those features that are in the PC game now made their way over to mobile, so that kind of, building up the rapport between your mechanic and the racer is going to be important there. And then they've got the supplier network, and so that's going to be the same case of when we go from season to season on the PC game, you have to choose your different suppliers and whatnot. You're now going to have to kind of do that in the PC game, kind of scout that out. The next feature is actually pretty damn sick. It's a new kind of technology. It's not exactly been seen in too many games as of late, really, but augmented reality. So AR support brings the ultimate camera mode. So if you don't know what augmented reality is, it's essentially you can be looking through your phone screen, and it's going to use your camera, and it's going to place the map, the racetrack in the real world through your phone. So you can look at literally your desk. Like in the case of me, if I'm sat at my desk whilst making a video, I could put the track in front of me on the desk, and you can move your phone around in 3D space and actually look around the track as if it was sitting in a miniature version on your desk. And whilst you're looking around it, the game's running and you're actually seeing the race pan out. So that's pretty damn insane. I'm trying to picture that in my mind of how that's going to work and how that's going to feel, and it just sounds insane. Picture a mini Monaco version on your desk, and you can actually peer over and kind of look to the left and right and actually kind of see a difference, and you can peer over the trees. You can look specifically at a specific corner maybe where your driver's going to come through and they're going to try and make an overtake maybe. So that's pretty damn sick, and so that's going to be a really cool feature in terms of, a little bit of a novelty perhaps. I don't know if it's going to be something you want to use every single time, but for me, for sure, that's going to be one of the first things I'm going to check out on the game straight away. Speaking about other changes changes to the game, and we mentioned stuff they brought on from the PC version onto the mobile platform now. So votes on rule changes now are a thing. You've got a dynamic AI team movement as well. So actually those, driver transfers, obviously that's quite an exciting part, especially if you're trying to get someone and then a top driver moves to a lesser team per se. Just kind of mixes it up every single season to season. And it even knows that teams can even go bust and be replaced as well straight out. So you have that very flexible kind of thing. So every season is going to be different, hopefully. You're not going to kind of get bored after one season. And definitely that was kind of an issue, I think, way back when I played the mobile versions a lot more, when the PC thing wasn't PC version wasn't a thing, was on the mobile platform. Not much change season to season apart from you. So you could like do the road to glory, but once you'd done that, then it was kind of difficult to get a different flavor. So this is definitely going to be a good thing to kind of keep it interesting for pretty much a year plus, really, if you keep playing it for that long. And then they've got new difficulty settings as well, so you can change that around. You can kind of change it to how you want it, and that can constantly evolve as maybe your team gets better. You want a harder challenge, perhaps. And when it comes to the F1 car you saw from that first screen, they've actually got the kind of 2018 model with a halo in there. So when you design your livery and you kind of design your team, you can see the 2018 spec kind of F1 car, quote unquote. Obviously, they don't have the licensing to call it an F1 car, but the kind of F1 car in the game, basically, we all know it's an F1 car, is going to be the 2018 kind of version with the halo. You kind of got that kind of newer looking aero, the bigger barge boards and everything like that. So when you paint that all up in your team colors, it's kind of cool to see finally, after quite a lot of years now where they've had the kind of beforehand kind of spec where it's without the halo, kind of got a more simplified wing and whatnot. Now it's kind of more looking like the real life thing. And they've also got the ERS system in now with the hybrid and power modes to mix up every single race. Obviously that's going to play into the GT endurance race as well, but also you've got the F1 with the ERS system. They now have the ERS as well. That's one more thing for you to think about. That's always been the case on the PC version. That's always something you have to constantly think about is, okay, where do I save the battery? I'm going to use it now, deploy this specific corner to make an overtake or even defending from it. So now to have that in the mobile version really steps up the racing you can have and the variety of it. Like I said, it's going to be coming out on iOS and Android, also the Amazon App Store as well. But the AR, the Augmented Reality, is going to be exclusive to the iOS version. So I can't give you an answer why that may be. I think that might be to do with the technology maybe there on the iPhones, perhaps kind of a bit more forgiving to kind of do Augmented Reality or whatnot. No answers on that, but it's going to be an AR exclusive. So if you do have an iPhone or any kind of iOS device, or iPad as well, you can use AR on that. But as we've been going through and talking about all of that, I've been scrolling through some screenshots of the game, and you can see kind of just the entire thing has stepped up. Like when I first saw these, I was like, wow, it's almost like the PC version, but it's the mobile game. Like, you're going to have it in your pocket. Like, you can be going on a flight and playing this, but it's literally got to the point where the visually and also even mechanically in terms of the game mechanics now, because they brought so many of the features from PC onto this one, it's literally like you have the PC version in your pocket on the go. So for me, definitely, I haven't really had that many games to play on the go as of late. Like, I bought a Nintendo Switch like a couple of months back to kind of play that on the go because I kind of run out of games to play on my phone. But now fully this will be straight on my phone when it comes out, because like I said, it's literally like carrying the PC version in your pocket, so why not? So that's all the info we have now in the screenshots. Hopefully there will be like a trailer or something, I think that's going to be dropping sooner or later, so I'll bring you news from that, and any other kind of stuff I get from the PlaySport guys, I'll try and get you two guys in a kind of news inform video. But this is kind of what we have right now. So Motorsport Manager number 3 on the mobile. It's coming out later in the summer this year. Excited for that. And like I said, if any of the guys from PlaySport, just wink wink, are watching this, this game looks hyped, but it's also got me even more hyped to potentially see some of these things make it over to the PC version, whether it be DLC or, just any kind of update, really, because the PC version's been a while since there's been a huge update. As of late, I've been playing playing around with a lot of the mods, but it'd be really cool to see like a base kind of new update or anything like that. But for sure, going to be excited to play the Mobile 3 game. But before you guys go as well, let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking of Motorsport Manager Mobile number 3. Do you guys still play the mobile version? Because obviously I myself do the PC series week in, week out, but I really kind of dropped off playing the mobile version myself because I've been playing the PC version for videos, of course. But if you guys obviously aren't playing it for video's sake, have you continued to play on the go, either the first game or the second game? I would imagine probably is the more case, because I know from when the second mobile game came out, I was quite surprised at how many of you guys were still playing the first one. So I'm interested to see there's still a lot of you guys playing the second version on the mobile game, and so if you are you excited to see a third one come out that's kind of vastly improving and building upon that second one and going even further to kind of match the PC experience. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, because I'm generally quite curious to see how many of you guys are still in that kind of zone. If you're new around here, do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. Like I said, if you're new around here, I do a weekly, pretty much every 2 days, Motorsport Manager series on the channel here on the PC version. At the moment, we're doing a 2018 mod with Alfa Romeo. So if you're new around here, do get subscribed for that and check that series out. It's in a playlist of its own, so you can go see that. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.